Hello everybody, welcome to a special tribute episode. Today's inspiration piece is by Françoise Gilot, and her brilliant career was eclipsed by her relationship with Pablo Picasso. Now, she recently passed away at the age of 101 here in New York, where she lived for many years. And my inspiration piece is called Adolescence, done in 1962, an oil painting on canvas. Now I will put the link to her illustrious career in the description box below. So without further ado, I will start inking the plate. Now the background of that piece called Adolescence is this brilliant red, and I have here a chrome orange. Again, I'm going to give this a good shake to mix all the extenders. And now, since this is Blick acrylic, this is very semi-transparent. So when your paint is very transparent, it will take well to mark making. Like if you press anything that has a texture on it, it will show up very well. I'll show you in a moment. Now, instead of scribbles, I will do interlocking circles. And this will serve as a first layer for this tribute piece. So today I am using Blick watercolor paper. This is heavy cold press watercolor paper. It has a nice texture on it, and what I like about it is it's very reasonably priced. I will also put the link in the description box below. No, I'm not receiving any compensation for my mentioning Blick products, but I do want to share with you the materials that I like to use in case you would like to try them. Because as you know, I rarely recommend expensive or hard to find materials. I find that it defeats the purpose of making art accessible to everyone. Okay, let's see what we got here. I think it's a very good transfer. And I like the lines a lot. Very crisp and clear. Okay. And the good thing about using a stiff paper is it's very easy to handle. So this is my first layer for this tribute piece. So we'll air dry this and then see what the next step is. I'm going to see if I can capture this ghost. This is unbleached titanium. And this is Arctic by Lucas. So they're both very light colors. Again, I mentioned before, since this is a very flexible medium, don't be afraid to apply pressure on the brayer, because sometimes it takes a while to spread the paint very thinly. And I find that when you press hard, it helps to speed things up. Okay, I'm using the heel of my brayer to make lines instead of using the stick. think I didn't lay this down right. Now, since I'm trying to capture the ghost underneath, I will leave this for 5 minutes. Okay, let's check on this ghost print. Oh, I like that. I'm going to try pulling this from the left side. Very cool. I think it picked up everything. So I will show you the delicate textures later. It's almost like something on canvas. Again, I will air dry this piece and proceed to the next step. So don't go away. Okay, everyone, I'm back from a short break. I went through my box of collage scraps, and I have here my warm-up exercises. I have some tissue paper with some marks on it, my usual copy paper with the lines, and I think these will be very effective against the red background. So let me start with the smaller pieces. I think these will be very effective. Now in the inspiration piece there are some scattering of some white elements. So instead of using stencils, I will be using these collage elements to create an arrangement of white objects. Okay. I'm also going to introduce some of these black elements here. Okay. I think that makes a successful arrangement. So I will start by mounting the very large pieces. By the way, I made a new template to protect the edges. Here it is. It's a little bit thicker paper, and it fits the size of the plate exactly. Kind of like, I call it a bib, to catch some stray spills of glue or paint. Okay, let's get down to business here. Oops. Now with the tissue paper, all I have to do is paint directly on top of it. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements here. I will let that dry and then proceed to the next step. Now while I have my bib, I'm going to do the same with the ghost print. Now yesterday I just had it and I said I need to rearrange and organize my workspace. And it's no small job. It took the whole day. And now I have a folding table behind my filming area. So now I can just place my print there to dry. Because before I would be struggling to find a place to lay the wet prints. So now at least I have some space, created some space. All right, so let me introduce some textures. I think these are interesting. Okay. Start with this little guy here. Okay, that's it for the ghost print. So I will set this aside and contemplate the second step, the next step. Okay, while I'm drying the two prints, I'm planning the next layer, and I'm going to use my reliable plastic folder dividers. I really much prefer them to Tyvek because they're a lot stronger, they're thicker. I don't know exactly how many mil this is. It's measured in mil, which is, I think it's millimeters. That's how they gauge plastic. Like when you buy garbage bags, on the box it will tell you how many mil, meaning how thick the plastic is. Okay, this will be pretty elaborate because I plan to apply a layer of iridescent white over the vermilion. And since the vermilion has a lot of interesting action going on, I don't want to cover too much of it. Now, the only difficulty I notice with these reusable stencils is after washing them, it's tricky to dry them because they stick together. So I have to separate them by hand one by one and keep rearranging them. And as you can see, I have to wipe each one of them. But it's still worth it to me because they work. Okay. Now let me show you the image. So here is the image with the collage, and then I will overlap this with either Arctic and metallic white. So I didn't use a cheat sheet, so these are randomly arranged. So I'm just going to take my chances and see what's going to happen. I think this is reaching the end of the line. Oh, this is brand new. I remember I just got this from Michael's. It still has the seal on it. Okay. Let's see how this works out. Actually, I am going to brush it on because there's so many nooks and crannies. And I remember from past pulls that the brush marks are very interesting. They create an additional layer of texture. And also by using a brush, I avoid putting paint on the stencils, which otherwise would just get washed away. So that's another reason. I just hope this will stay wet when I apply the paper on it. Okay. This is very different than when you use a brayer. So I'm making sure that there is as much area that is red compared to the white. I didn't want to cover it too much because the inspiration piece is predominantly an orange-red color. Okay, I think I have them all. Oh, there's one more, one last one. There. Oh, and this one. Okay. Just making sure my fingers are clean. is a print with the collage on it. I'm hoping for the best because I never know what the outcome is going to be. I do have my expectations. Sometimes it's great, sometimes not so much. So it's a surprise. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think it did make a difference. I think the result is pretty cool. I think I left a stencil, but it's okay. It's a very small one. So here is the result. I like that. It still retains its general overall orange-red predominant color. But the addition of this white and light blue gives it a little more interest, and it gives it some depth. Okay, cool. So I'm going to move on to the ghost print and then see what I can do with that. Okay, this is for the second print, which is the ghost print, and I'm going to try to do a reverse. I'm going to put a layer of red on top of what is already there. And if you can remember, the background is like a combination of Arctic and unbleached titanium. So I will apply the red. This time I won't brush it, I will use a brayer. This is very transparent. I think I put a little too much. Okay, I think I have it all. So here is the piece with the collage. And I think it's pretty much dry by now. Okay, I'll leave this for about 5 minutes. Give the paper a chance to soak in the paint. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'm back from washing my stencils. I think we have an interesting result here. Cool. I like that. You still see the interesting patterns from the first layer. And the collage seems to have integrated itself. So I will air dry this and then recap when it's completely dry and flat. So don't go away. Okay, everybody, here's my favorite part of this video, where I get to show you the finished piece. This is the first print with the collage, and let me show you the close. And as you can see, the last layer shows all the textures of the brush strokes, and it does interact with the collage and then the scribbles on the first layer. That's print number 1. Here's print number 2. Surprisingly, both of them look very much alike. I was expecting differently, but that's okay. And I do like this texture very much. It's like the texture of rope. And it does interact well with the collage. Here's the texture of the tissue paper. Okay, I'm going to put this aside and compare it to the inspiration piece. That is the ghost print. And here is the first one, which I think is closer in feel to the painting by Françoise Gilot. I hope you like this video. This is my humble tribute to a remarkable lady and who had a remarkable life. Thank you so much for watching, and please visit my website at artwhisper88.com. And for those who can, please lend some support to my PayPal to help keep this channel afloat. I hope to see you next time.